Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
Okay, what's up, everyone? We got a small show tonight. It's a Sunday night. I wanted to stream a little bit, and we'll have some fun. I do also have an official statement. I have been in talks with some people you might not expect, and I will get to that. We might get to that first. I got to make sure there's enough viewers. I will clip this. I will clip this part out for a separate video, because it's important. If I get a response to any of my criticism, it's fair that I share it publicly and address any criticisms of me. Maybe I will get to that first. Is anyone even watching? I have no eyes on here yet.
Well, the Truth 31 left a comment in the chat, so
Okay.
Shows
Hey,
like
man.
there's that.
Slips right now, I think.
I have to say those are adorable pictures.
Pictures.
I don't know
Of
who's
the
talking-
actress.
Let me
For
see.
I think maybe he's talking about the Batwoman actress.
Oh,
Maybe.
she is stunning. Yes, we are going to react to the pool boy, but here's the thumbnail. Oh, the Wawman Women Haters Club. Yes, they struck again. People don't like watching the Quarter Pounders videos that much, but he does do some funny memes at the beginning, and then we will get to Jeremy. But I do got to take care of business first. I will give props to. All right, so this is where I will do a cutout. Hold on a second. And we'll still give our thoughts at the end of the statement. But I will say props to Andy. And there may be some look out for any Jody supporters. Oh, I'm all pixelated. What the hell? Oh God. I'm having technical difficulties with the screen. Okay. So if any of Jody's supporters come in the chat to ask any questions of me where they think I crossed the line, please do not try to time them out unless they are really, and I'm not accusing them, because I think that's why we also, as Snyder Cut supporters, have had an issue with their side of this conversation. So we don't want to do the same thing to them. So Mr. Freeze is gone. Okay. All right. Oh, hey, Enosh. You came in at a good time. I like your shirt. So I have been in talk. I got to give Andy Signor some props when they do something I like. I always say, even if Ashley, yes, she is one of Jody's angels. She's a big supporter of Jody's Corner, and give her props in the chat. She is willing. She was willing to talk to me, even though I criticized her good friend. So, and I have
What's up, Ashley?
Yeah, I have a statement here. No one timed her out. She has her right to speak. I said, even if she's not on the stream with us, I will try to address her concerns. So I will read a statement. I don't know, Ashley, you could correct me if I'm wrong. If you and Jody, I'm not sure if you and Jody worked on together. I know you were speaking with him. But I think it's a statement from both of you, I think, or what you've come to. You want to defend your friend, which is all fair. It's all fair. And also with the Andy Signor situation, he has now unblocked me on Twitter, and he now has an open mailbox. That is a big step, because especially if you have these change your mind. In my personal opinion, just your words. Okay. Fair enough. It's still really, I really want to address it. But I will say, Andy, he did speak with me behind the scenes. I will not reveal everything there. He did give me criticism of something I've done where I may have crossed the line that didn't even have anything to do with him. And I said, you got a point, and I addressed it. I'm not going to tell you what it was. It's not needed. But people make mistakes. I make mistakes too. That was one I'd probably take back if I could now, but I've done what I can to reach out to that person and it wasn't involved with this situation. Okay.
Gotcha.
So, and I said that's fair, Andy, I will say I don't think we're going to be working together anytime soon. Not that I was asking them. No, not that
for the Andy Signor and Mad Max.
No, we're not best of buds or anything like that. No, we're not. But he's
Return to Thunderdome.
No. So I wasn't expecting that either. But hey, yeah. Even if I plan to continue to criticize everyone. I am trying. I have to stick. If I do that, I can't cross the line and go overly personal. I have to stick with the context of their videos and criticize their takes, especially if I react to hot takes.
Agreed.
So even if you don't want to be on this show and you want me to address something, just DM me. You don't have to be on the show. This isn't a trap. This isn't to trap people and surprises. I do want to criticize the context of videos, though. That's what I like to do. I think it adds to the conversation. So I will get to Ashley. It props to Andy for talking with me behind the scenes, because that shows a man that after how hard I've come at him, I totally admit I've come at him hard.
Yeah.
Totally admit it. So Mr. Freeze is back. Okay, so these are Ashley's words that she wants us viewers, the harshest critics of Jody's Corner, to consider, and let's not interrupt while I read it. Like let's finish our full statement and then we could give our take.
Sure.
All right, and that's just great. I appreciate this, Ashley.
Of course.
Props to Ashley. Everyone give her props. All right, so I could just bring it on screen too, so we can all read it together. And I reached out to her. I said, if you ever want to be on the show, not that you want to, or if you want me to say anything. So this is coming from a Jody supporter, so we could try to get his point of view. Okay. All right. Let me bring it up here. And I look pixelated as all hell tonight. I'm sorry about that. I can't get it. I keep adjusting my lighting and it's not working. All right, here's the statement she wants to be read. I have been truly troubled by the negative responses that Jody has received over merely stating his opinion. Jody has received death threats, congratulations on the passing of his dog, jokes regarding his weight. I'll read it first and I'll address where I've contributed to that myself, Ashley. I want to read your full statement first. What would you have done if someone attacked you personally? Jody is a fighter. You come at him, he comes back harder. We can respect that. I think we can all appreciate that. It was easy for him to come to the conclusion that a toxic fandom did exist within the Snyder Cut fandom. So he spoke on the matter. Jody is passionate, fights for what he believes in, and yes, at times doubles down. But love it or hate it, much respect should be given to someone who stands by how they feel. Also, referring to the Jodys, someone else is here. Oh, Matt. All right. Hey, Matt. I'm reading a statement here coming from a Jody's Corner supporter, which I appreciate. Wants us to. She felt that she wanted her point of view heard. So we're reading this first, and then we could give a response of how we. I like this message. I pre-read some of it.
Yeah.
Oh, darn it! What did I do now? Oh, all right. He spoke on the matter. Jody is passionate, fights down for what he believes in, and yes, times doubles down. But love or hate it, much respect should be given to someone who stands by how they feel. Also referring to the Jody's Corner subfamily as a cult is flat out disrespectful, which I will address after I read the statement, and dismisses everyone in the Fae. Family feelings, intelligence, and own opinions. We all disagree at times. We don't blindly follow Jody. We all like to laugh, talk about pop cultures, comics. Isn't that what it's all about? We get each other. We at times were considered different or nerds. I get that too. We are not that different. It's simple. If you don't like what Jody has to say, then it's not for you. Everyone have a good evening, and let's let it go. Thank you. No, that was not too long. That's fine. Hold on, and I'll take that out. So, great message,
Yeah, fair enough. I mean,
Ashley. Now, I will address where I attacked his weight personally. I have a weight problem myself. When I felt this is how because it's something I personally have done that people say, "Oh, you crossed the line." When calling from my side, my opinion is when he called us ignoramuses, fat slobs, and everything like that. Once you go up, just like you said, Ashley, once someone goes at you, you come right back out and give it to them. Maybe that's the way I am like Jody. So there, and to the same point of calling Jody's supporters a cult. You didn't like that. I understand that. That is why he's got so much pushback by saying the Snyder Cut fans are a cult. Mm-hmm. So it's very similar situation. Very similar. Yeah. I did highlight, and the reason I went so hard at him, Ashley, is because I think he was my opinion is that he was more guilty than most of us Snyder Cut fans of some toxic behavior, which maybe to him is a joke. I think if you look at the reaction and the ratio to that video, most people did not think it was funny. So that's my side. But much respect for having a dialogue. You're always welcome here. You're welcome even if we're not talking about not that you would want to, but I like to cover hot topics here. I'd love to get your point of view too. So, but that's all I would say for there. I would like to get to the rest of the panel to see how they would like to respond to Ashley's criticism of us, because I think all of us here said something about Jody's corner reaction and what your thoughts are to a supporters still supporting Jody. She's still supporting Jody of what she takes away from all this and her comments. Let me get to I don't know, maybe we'll get to Matt first. Is that okay, Matt?
Sure.
Okay. She gave a fair criticism of me and some critics of Jody. I appreciate her reaching out. So what did you think of her statement?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's good that she reached out and she voiced her opinion. That's always good. I think it's a little short-sighted when you look at everything Jody has been saying for a long time now. His constant attacks on people's mental health. He has said that he wants Snyder Cut fans to die. There was, he's talks about, oh, I'm not a racist, but he's accused me of racism because I don't particularly like his content. So, applied that to racism. He said that about other people as well. So he plays that card pretty constantly, pretty frequently in his approach to things when he's criticized. He has been on camera saying racist things about Middle Eastern individuals as well as Latino individuals. I've seen other clips pop up. So I find it to be, I mean, she's right she can have her opinion, but, I think in this situation, she is maybe either not aware of the things he has said, or she is willing to look the other direction because she thinks that it's okay when he does it, which, if you want my honest opinion, it's going to lean more towards that audience, that mindset versus anything else.
Well, she's in the chat here. She says the death wishes came first. I don't think any Snyder Cut supporter that I hang with would cheer on that type of going after someone. No, that I would. No, maybe I know quite a few that have gone after jokes about the weight, which maybe that is kind of too far. But it's also not. There's no justifying things like that. But if you consider what he was calling Snyder Cut fans, and he did not. He only differentiates it now. But before that, there was no differentiation of cut fans and cult. It was all the same. Now there's a differentiation, but no, none of us are going to say this is not okay. The majority of people are not going to say it's okay.
No,
I
live your
would,
life, man.
I would like you to consider, Ashley, some of the jokes that he made himself and laughed at about Snyder Cut supporters. So he was more than willing to go there against us. I think that's why it got so vitriolic. I also think, my personal opinion, I'm glad you're here, Matt, for it. I think the reason it got so heated is because some of our, I'm not naming which ones, but some of our former friends, when we gave criticism, like they say, why don't you go behind the scenes first? We got a little bit ghosted, me and you, Matt, by former frequent associates, colleagues, where we collabed together, which I absolutely think, I still to this day say Matt was right with his first criticism. And I think also the proof you provided that you did approach behind the scenes first, and to the point where it is now, including to the last video that I really pissed me off, was the Grace and John. I think you were completely on track, Matt, and I think you were ostracized for speaking your mind.
I generally am. I'm used to it at this point.
No, I mean, we shouldn't. No, if we don't bring up Andy's past, we shouldn't bring up your past.
Well,
Like, that's what I personally feel.
Sure. I mean, like, for one, let me just point out, I don't condone anyone mocking the passing of Jody's dog. I don't condone anyone sending death threats.
Yeah.
But as the
Ashley is right here. I did reach out to her first, and she responded right away. She's a nice, really nice lady. Jody calls his angels. I believe it with her, definitely. So
sure,
I appreciate that, Ashley.
You know, but you also have to understand, Ashley, that someone like him, he plays up being the victim when he's trying to get something from you. And he'll attack when he's trying to get something from you. This is, if you look at the general, I mean, we're just textbook narcissism is what comes out of both him and Andy. And it's plain as day to see. A lot of YouTubers are like that in general, so it's just kind of a blanket criticism. But the thing is, it's like someone like him having the audience that he has and using it in the way that he's been using it, like at the start of the Snyder Cut thing, with like going after Film Gob by baiting him in there, by labeling the stream like, you know, battling a racist or whatever, but then using that as a way to goad the audience into giving him well over $500 in Cash App. I'm sure it was more if you add in the super chats and everything. And then at the end of the stream going, well, no, he's not a racist. But see, he didn't care about that going into it because he was using it as a marketing tool, as an advertising tactic to get his audience in the door. And then they were trying to do everything they could in order to frame Gob as such. And when the spectacle is over, they were like, we don't really feel this way. And that's a big problem for me. And I think that's a big problem for a lot of people.
Well, Matt knows that I didn't first go after Andy.
True.
Until after the Film Gob thing.
Yeah,
We already knew about the Red Skull, but I was like, you're the first to call it someone else. Look at yourself.
Yeah, that's the whole thing too. Is like Andy wearing a Red Skull mask and making, you know, off-color jokes about Jewish people and black people was uncomfortable. And then being on that stream with Jody going after Gob, trying to get whatever they could from Gob's Twitter history. Because Andy was, if you watch, Andy was furiously looking up his Twitter history, trying to find whatever he could. And he was using it as, again, as a way to back up Jody's argument with Gob.
Which I think he's just, my personal opinion is he's mad because he called him out. Gob has a history of calling him out, which
Gob got under Jody's skin.
Wrong. They're not wrong. They're not wrong.
So it's like, look, you can like the guy you want. I mean, I personally, having lived and worked in LA, having, you know, being part of the same culture, I find it to be relatively vapid commentary on his part because it's very one-sided, and I don't think it opens up the door to a lot of actual conversation. I think he's playing a game with Andy, and I think you guys are pieces of that game. And you know what I mean? If you like him and he calls you his angel, that's cool. But I think that
No,
if you're going to get,
I specifically did cult in the last video because I did it on purpose, actually, to show how you don't like it. So I'm not saying, oh, I'm showing you. That's exactly how Snyder Cut fans felt by doing this, putting Snyder. You don't like Jody's name next to a cult. What about Snyder, who has not encouraged his fans to do bad behavior, only encourages the good behavior. And actually, I know, I'm not sure about Andy, but I know for sure Jody has called like Zach a liar and stuff like that. That it exists for even saying I have it. Yeah, it exists. He didn't say it's finished. He never said it's finished. So that's I think where we got so much pushback is that putting Zach's name, you don't like it when Jody's name's associated with the cult. I really do not still, to this day, if he still pushes those cult t-shirts, to me, it's absolute BS. Just like if I started selling Jody cult t-shirts, and I'm not going to do that. I put one video with the clown cult. I actually didn't even use Jody's name. I called it the clown cult, reject the clown cult, to get to push back and say, hey, how do you like it? Mm-hmm. Because I'll be honest, Ashley, I have seen some bad behavior from not you, from Jody supporters that are also YouTubers, saying some really, the homophobic stuff is really over the, like the Sus Gang and stuff like that, Sus Squad. And I cut a lot out of that video that I made yesterday with all the edits. Yep. Because it was like, I'm not this, I'm not that. It's really, to me personally, I don't like that much mocking gay people. Okay, so I'm back.
Wait,
on
who mocked gay people?
It part that might be part of their humor. Maybe that's how they're justifying it on their live streams.
What, like talking about the size of John Campy as private parts?
No. You didn't watch the whole video then.
Well, I was out doing deliveries, so I might have missed part of it here and there.
Darn you, Matt! Don't you know you're supposed to be in tune?
No, there's the only reason and it's not like I was watching every single Jody stream. I was watching that particular stream to find the part where he talked about Snyder Cut, and before that stream, there was a lot of homophobic humor, and I'm not this. Why you call me this? And no homo, and stuff like that. Okay, but that's
well.
All right.
Well, there's also the live stream where they kept asking him, like, what they kept showing Jamie Foxx as Mike Tyson, and kept showing him up on the screen, without a shirt on, and saying, "Oh, you like that, don't you?" Like, right, and making slurs that way as well.
Oh, right, that part in the video where they're talking about slapping Jody's ass or him slapping the other guy's ass or whatever.
Yeah, I cut stuff out of there where they're like, "I'm not this, I'm not that."
I don't know if I'd call that necessarily homophobic. A lot of guys, I mean, to be fair, when it comes to male bonding, that type of humor is actually pretty frequent. So it's not like it's a lot of that comfortability aspect of it. We live in a very prudish society, so a lot of times that kind of humor is looked at as being, well, odd, right?
Well, but the not Jody himself, his supporter, with that type of humor, they came right at me, called this whole panel FAG. All that other stuff, like that's not from him, but that's another YouTuber that's very supportive of him. I'm not going to name.
Yeah, I don't think Jody would come out directly and say that sort of thing.
No. I didn't like all that talking about like gay acts, and then like I'm not like that, like it's a bad thing. That's my point of view. But hey, Matt is saying this happens a lot.
Well, I mean, if you go back
I-
and if you go back and look at history, like Roman soldiers used to engage in hooking. They hooked up. Is the best way I can describe it, because that was how they bonded. They would,
All right.
while they're out conquering like half the known world.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I played football. I was pretty.
Yeah, a lot of
Football
a lot of touching in the showers,
All
right?
right.
Handling of balls. You know,
It doesn't make me
I
uncomfortable.
mean, I do like light stuff. I mean, like saying like
Where am I
like,
right now?
I do. He's
No,
like
no,
he's
no,
like
no,
ready just to
no,
go.
I mean-
Just
I
a
mean,
tip,
but,
just a
like,
tip. That's all I do. It's just a tip.
No, that's not what I meant, Matt. Damn you! Get the hell out. No, I mean, but it's actually go get the detail about the acts and stuff, and then being like offended afterward by your friend. I'm not that. You know, that's where I kind of feel the homophobia myself.
Well,
But
I mean, look,
moving on. I
To
don't want
to look at Ashley's comment here, because I just thought Jody's one of the nicest people, even no clue we're talking about. Any person, in my opinion, who would immediately try to push that someone's a racist for not liking them is not really what you would call the nicest person.
Well, and Andy has said himself that he tends to do that. He said, I called him out for that too. I said, I agreed. I said, yes, but after the film gob incident.
So it's like, there's
but we have more we have more supporters here, so this is their shot. I mean, I honestly think this is as close as we'll get for me and Jody interacting again. Is his supporters, which is fine.
Most
fine.
likely he's in the chat.
Well, something I wanted to say about like
well, I want
and stuff, just real quick. That's kind of how most of us kind of came together. I mean, we're kind of cast-offs from other toxic fan groups that we dipped our toes in for a little bit, and we're like, oh, geez, this is ridiculous. I mean, I know that was like that with me with the Fandom Menace and Star Wars.
and in Snyder Cut, I found a lot of love,
and there was a lot more positivity in that movement.
What differentiates it, great sentiment, Brian. What differentiates it from other fandoms that have a lot of toxic people in them is it's for something. It's not trying to cancel. Oh, this sucks.
Exactly.
This sucks. We don't want this. Star Wars is dead. It's for something. Yeah. It's positive.
Yeah.
And it is charity. It is charity.
Yeah.
But there's some other supporters in here that I want to get to their comments. If you have criticisms of me, Nate Dunn. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you dumb. I need glasses. Nate Dunn. Nada Dunn. I'm sorry, Nada. Man, I do need glasses. God, I didn't see your icon until I highlighted it. God made videos on Jody for years, but they attacked him? ? That's a stretch. I think Gob's videos were fair game. Because they just highlighted his own words.
To it.
They weren't. I don't think they crossed the line at all. If you are a critic, you should be held accountable to your words. I don't see any. See because you're. My personal opinion, Nada, Ashley. If you think the Film Gob's other videos were hate, I disagree. Because there's like 4 of them. He did attack his credibility, which if you flip flop on a movie, that's fair game. I mean. You might not like it because he's your friend, but I don't see any issue with that. Does anyone else on the panel see issue with Film Gob criticizing him flip-flopping?
No,
not at all.
Fair game.
Not at all. That's out there. I guess I would just I would say this. So I would preface anything I say with, obviously, like has already been said, anybody issuing any kind of death threat, anybody making a statement about someone's dog dying, anything like that, those kind of personal attacks.
But that's not necessarily Snyder. Also,
so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, anybody making those kind of statements are that's what they are. They're just jerks, and that goes for anybody across the board. And I don't think that anybody here, at least, would ever support that kind of thing. As far as the weight thing, look, at one point I weighed 430 pounds. Okay. The weight. Yeah. Look, the weight thing, it's an easy target. You put yourself out there. It's not
Well,
that it's right.
especially when you're calling Snyder Cut fans lazy,
Well, and
ignoramuses.
well, and that's the thing. So that's the thing. So we got to break it down, and I really try to be reasonable in how I look at things, and I think a lot of us do. I think that's why we've come together here in this group, even in this setting, is because we're all reasonable people. Things can get heated at times. Things can get aggravated. But I think at the end of the day, we're all looking. We're not just looking for controversy for the sake of controversy.
No,
we're
I
not,
want to
we're not.
criticize people, but
Yeah.
I want it back. If you think I've crossed the line,
Exactly.
Andy told me something privately, and I'm like, okay, I can
Exactly.
see that.
Exactly.
So,
And
yeah.
so those are fine things.
Yeah.
My thing when I look at the situation with Andy Signor and with Jody especially, you see when I've called Jody out, it's not because just one random thing that happened. There is an ongoing personality issue there where he has to be right. And even when he's yelling, well, I'll take the L, he's not really taking the L. He's not taking the loss or admitting any kind of wrongdoing. When he's attacked people, he's just demanding that people do things the way that he wants them done. He is literally you and Max, you've put videos together where he's just telling anybody who supports not this was before the Snyder cult stuff, but he's telling anybody who supports the Snyder version of the DC universe, and this is what we got to bring it down to. Literally, because you want to see a series of movies play out a certain way, or you enjoy a certain type of film. F you. F all of you.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Over and over again.
I mean, that you can't also be surprised that not that you deserve hate for that or threats, but you can't be shocked when you get some.
You cannot stand back and claim to be the victim that all of a sudden, everybody came at me.
Also,
when you say things like that.
Unfairly, because Andy is still being criticized for his past that has been proven wrong.
Yes.
He still has haters there that are willing to jump in and call him names. They don't even necessarily concerned with Snyder Cut fans, maybe even like fronting like they are just to get in an argument and call him some names. That is a reality of Twitter. He probably has followers that follow him everywhere, ready to throw that shit in there each time. And I can see how maybe the perception is that that's Snyder Cut. There's just Twidiots everywhere.
And that's
you can't paint a fandom by Twitter. That's the one thing.
But trying to force this force this narrative that there are just people just randomly following Zack Snyder to the grave, and that we're just toxic and everything because we like something. They can say all they want, and this was my point to Andy the other day on the stream. Max was that it's not about any of that. It's about, you can say all you want that it's the Snyder cult, but the reality is the statements made are made in a way of generalization, of trying to hit as many possible people as they can at once, of trying to hit this thing hard, of trying to crush any other idea besides their own, and put it to rest. And the thing is that it's not appreciated when people come back and say, no, that's BS. No, when you make a Snyder Cult T-shirt and you get on and you say, well, I couldn't find the donate button to donate money to suicide prevention, that's BS. When it's right there at the top of the page of the main thing.
I think where he got the most pushback was the T-shirts and the campaign, mainly because he only made these shirts, in my opinion, when it was popular, because it became official. If it was that much of an issue before, how come the shirts didn't exist before? It's kind of to propel himself off of the popularity of an official announcement and paint the fandom there when it's some individuals that may have reacted, and we condemn those individuals if they gave any threats or said anything about his dead dog, because I treat my dogs like family.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would be
we-
livid if somebody tried to say those kind of things about my family or my dog or anything. And that's why in any of the criticism that I've said, at least I can only speak for myself as part of the panel. But I can't speak for everybody because I haven't seen every video and every comment made by people. But I've never tried to go down to some lowest common denominator and just make it like playground rules and just be like, oh yeah, well, your mama or your dog or your daddy or whatever, because that's childish. You got to look at this stuff because, like Max, like you said, you put yourself out there, you say, okay, I'm a critic, I'm somebody who's going to address these things. Then you have to be open and willing for people to come back at you and say, no, you're wrong, and this is why. And if you don't like it, that's fine, but it is what it is. And the thing is, I watched the Gob video, and to be quite honest with you, I mean, I think that if Jody came on this panel, we would try to handle that in a professional way. Even when Andy came on, you tried, Max. You tried over and over again to say, okay, hey, let's calm down.
It wasn't ideal circumstances. Now Andy has an open inbox.
Yeah.
And even though he doesn't follow me, he doesn't block me, which is totally fine. I get that. He doesn't want to follow me, especially if his harsh critic. But there is some type of form of communication without going through third parties.
Yeah,
when
Matt said,
when me and Matt were shut off and ghosted by certain people, they only got their info from third parties, and it got completely skewed. When you cut off a line of communication and you talk through someone else, it gets their bias and their interpretation, and also immediately going, if you are a true friend, where I think Matt was done completely wrong, is going to their haters to talk about you right away. That's lame as hell.
Yeah, that part. I mean, that cracked me up that Andy went on to that pro-Nazi podcast to complain about me, And that's the thing. Sorry, Jody's Corner fans here. He went on to a website or a podcast called The Ralph Retort.
You were ghosted by the majority of people, and
I only care about one person in that group of people. Okay, I only care about one person in that group of people. As the only one that I got ghosted by that I care about. Other than that, I don't care, and it hasn't been anything. At the end of the day, like, look, I don't care about that, right? People come and they go out of your life. It's a constant, all right. But it's what we do in the meantime that's ultimately more of what matters. Like, acknowledging past mistakes is one thing, trying to be better, but when there's as much money at play as in Jody's case there is, he's got to play up a certain angle, and Andy. Keep in mind, if you listen to the way Andy talks about stuff, he's always like trying to go back to what he had. And it's always that go back, to like where things were before 2017 in his life. So they have to play it because I think it's a lot of desperation. And I think it's also a fair amount of, kind of like, don't look at the man behind the curtain situation.
Iron Wolf, I want to address his concern here, and this is a criticism that Sci-Fi has given me too. He did not, because a lot of Snyder Cut supporters didn't like what happened to Film Gob. That we, hey Preston, I don't even know if I'm actually going to get to the topic today because this is taking is taking longer than I was expecting, which is fine. We'll just talk about it on the next stream. What was I saying? Oh, ganged up on him also. He walked into that, which he demanded to be on stream, which was his right. In retrospect, I would have removed people faster.
I got out as soon as I could.
No, it's no one's fault. But we were only going to cover. If you want to be really real,
we were wrapping up.
Everyone, we were only going to cover the video shortly, but I think a lot of us were kind of shocked about some of the stuff, even though it was supposed to be a joke of how I think immature, abrasive the humor was towards a fellow movie pundit who is the biggest, even if you don't like her, she is the biggest female movie pundit on here. Total disrespect, even though it was joking. It felt bad. I didn't like it. I am a fan of Grace, and I hint that oh yeah, she's pretty and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, Grace, but I never go to like
no.
The,
And Max, I want to push back on Iron Wolf's comment that we ganged up on him, because look, I've watched that video several times. I edited part of it to make my own video of it, and I will say this: that evening, you may have felt that we ganged up on Andy, but the reality is that the only time that there was yelling and screaming most of the time, Max, was when there was somebody in the comments that you were addressing and you were trying to get over Andy yelling and screaming through his mask when he first came on.
I did get mad when certain things were brought up. Which
and the thing is individually, we all said things. You had a one-on-one with him. I had a one-on-one with him. Zever had a one-on-one with him. We got out. Yes, things got heated later. Matt came in, stated his point. But the thing is that's a whole other beast. I don't have that personal beef that obviously Matt and Andy have, because they have history together. When I addressed my thing, and I've received several comments about my statements and my comments to Andy, and I will point out the fact that my comments to him from my heart, Andy took off his mask finally and addressed those. But
he still wants me to do. I'm not.
No.
He said, I said he's.
That's not Andy's shtick. That's not for him to say, because that's your identity. That's your online identity.
Yeah.
That's not his part of his channel. So it's not like he's doing the same thing. That's like, a wrestler putting on a mask and then saying, "Well, I took off my mask too." So no, that's
Batman or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Batman
dumb.
or the Mando.
Well, what I'm saying though is that I shared from my heart. If you watch that video, I was very calm in it. Zever was very calm. Max, the only time that you got heated is when he got heated at you. And the thing is, we weren't there. There were very few times where I think you could say that there were a bunch of people just yelling. I mean, towards the end, there was some stuff going on, but it was nothing like the beating and that Film Gob took, where literally they didn't even let the man talk. Like he was very peaceful and calm. And I'm not saying that the guy is perfect or that he's without reproach. I'm not saying that. But if you watch that video and that stream, they are literally all yelling and screaming at him the entire time. And that's not what we did. I shared from my heart. He took off the mask. Him and I had a heart to heart. But see, the problem is they're not understanding the issues that we're having with them. They think that it's all about one thing or another. Andy thinks that it's because we're mad at him because he got the scoop wrong. I was trying to explain to him it's not because of that. And I'm sorry, he kept saying, "Well, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings or whatever, but you're just too emotional." No, that's not it. When you have a fandom, when you have a group of people that are your subscribers that watch your content, okay, and you totally pull a 180 on them, and all of a sudden you're going around screaming about things and bringing on other people that openly mocks fans and people who are nerds. You want to talk about nerds? Like, watch that Andy Signor and Vito video. He's mocking people. He's like, it's only people who have the Joker as their screen, saver and all this stuff. It's like, that's not just the Snyder folk.
Same thing media did when the Joker was coming out. Like,
you're trying to throw a blanket and then pull it back and say, "Well, no, I was just talking about this group of people." I say you be fair, you judge everything on the up and up. And my thing was not an emotional thing with Andy. My thing was literally, hey, I'm a fan. Right. If Jody conducted himself that same way and he didn't go to that lowest common denominator, like we're talking about, like with some of the jokes, with some of the slurs, with some of the yelling and screaming about how everybody's a racist who just disagrees with him.
To be fair, I would not make videos about Andy or Jody.
I would not be upset at all. I would support him. I would support him because he likes DC.
I mean, if they didn't call other portions of the fandom, the reason I'm highlighting that is it's very hypocritical.
Yes,
they're first to go after others.
Absolutely, and that's the problem.
Now,
they're more than willing to attack others, but they don't like it when
Ashley,
they get
I'm
called
not
on the
sure what
carpet.
you mean here, because it says I'm a little bit behind on the chat. You're taking things out of context. He can't address negativity. Yes, you should absolutely address negativity. Where I think the big disconnect from Jody's corner is
that's what we do.
He. This is my opinion, Ashley. he puts together the actual toxic people with his critics and lumps them together and blocks them, stops talking to them, and mocks them. So there has been like this whole change your mind and nerd wars. I don't think as many people that should be speaking on this get to. Only the ones that, my opinion, kiss a lot of butt to get on those streams or stay. I forgot to include the clip where Andy actually says, as jokingly, he throws this as a joke, that you got to pay to hate on him. So that's where I think you throw all this heat. If you want to be on the stream later, not in every situation, maybe there's an Andy stream where he didn't, but in certain situations, you have to pay to get in, after they throw all that heat to make a big circus. And then from Jody, and I know because a certain person really, really likes Jody. So he's just starts blocking, not talking, and then you're not all out of my show anymore, which is the worst thing you could do. Not that you have the right to do who's on your show. I'm not saying that. But immediately, if you get any criticism, you lump them in with all the other people and you stop talking to them. That's my problem. All this, stop talking and ghosting people when you have a history together is lame to me. And I think Matt's considered really bad. I got a lot of people telling me not to keep talking to Matt around that time, and I kept talking to him.
Yeah, I'm a love me or hate me kind of guy, though. So let's be fair on that. Look, here's the thing: is like,
did he try to bury the hatchet? Is in your opinion?
Who, Andy?
No, when he came on with me, at least on Thursday.
No,
No.
I think
the first thing he did was take off the mask. He came in as a joke, kind of. Maybe towards the end of the stream, somewhat. Maybe towards the end of the stream is a little more conversational. Towards the beginning of the stream, why am I in your thumbnail? When I actually just took a Jody's Corner title and just replaced the names Andy and Jody from Grace and John to show them they're being hypocritical.
Exactly. That's a hypocritical part of it. Is that
so he
that's
came
all
in
you did?
Why am I in your title? And I was trying to explain, and then he's like, "Take off your mask." And what are you hiding? And all this other stuff. So my intention is he didn't start the stream wanting to bury the hatchet. Maybe towards the end of the stream we got to somewhere at that point. I don't think we'll ever get there again, though. Like, I don't think we're ever going to talk again, really, unless it's just on Twitter, behind the scenes.
Oh, man.
What'd you gonna say, Brian?
No, it's just basically, I at the end of the day, what do you want from us? Just to stop talking about it in general? I mean, that's. I mean,
well, I treat.
What's the end goal of this whole exercise? I mean,
my perspective is that this makes the most interesting, intelligent conversations on YouTube. Yes, I do silly thumbnails and I get people in clickbait.
But it's all in jest. And they could say the same thing. Well, we're just joking about that. Well, so are we.
I treat YouTubers exactly like I treat people in the entertainment industry. They are people too. Why is it okay to make constant Brie videos in your thumbnail? You're getting relevancy based on someone else as well. Yep. It's no difference. So that's my point of view. Enosh, if I ever do something wrong, you have the okay to criticize me in a video, and I will go support you. Same with you, Matt, Brian, Sci-Fi. He knows our relationship. He told me right away. I don't like what happened to Andy. He told. Did you not say that, Andy? Or
yeah,
Sci-Fi mention. Tell me what. Tell the audience what you told me behind the scenes.
Well, basically, I didn't really like how the whole situation went down. Like, okay. I feel like Max could have done it a little bit better.
I agree.
He could have handled it a little bit better.
I agree. I wasn't prepared, but I could have. Yes.
Yeah, because like my whole thing is like if you're gonna have like your biggest opponent on, you should give them a fair shake, and
right. I agree.
But that's not what Andy. I agree with that. But that's not what Andy did. Max even said, "I would rather set something up or bring it back another time." And Andy kept saying, "No, we got to do this now." He was demanding that you bring people into the stream right now. Deal with this right now.
This is all from the Gray Order, dude. All of it.
Oh, I didn't see Andy. lose the stick. You are better than. What are you talking about now, Andy? Oh, I appreciate you popping by. Listen, I was
Andy, do you want the link? Do you want the link, Andy?
I could send him the link, but
Let's have a conversation. Let's have a non-fight conversation about this.
I don't know if he wants to do this again tonight. I'll send him the link, but there's no
let's
pressure.
do this
No
another
pressure.
time. We don't.
Yeah. Listen,
I'm just like I'm being a dick.
listen,
If he wants to have a conversation with you, I will leave. I have no problem.
No. And Andy, so he knows. Here's a criticism. He doesn't have to come on the channel to level criticism to me. I said I reached out to Ashley and I said if there's anything you want me to address, criticisms of me, I will do that. And then Jody's Corner supporters came in and started talking. So that's why we're talking about you again. God, this is so boring. Catch you all later, Max. Lose the shtick. You're better than this. Okay. All right. That's here's Second Street Marvel. Is it not funny to watch people piss in the wind? Are you not entertained? Listen, if you want to go see a real hot I think Second Street wins with the hottest take on me of anyone on YouTube, the video. So go check out Second Street Marvel, which he's had some fair criticisms of me. We haven't collaborated in a while either, Trinity, which is your right. But if you really want to see him pull off the gloves, man, he went hard at me. All right. Boonda, you kind of criticized Matt that he's a delivery man when he's just supporting his family. I'll say that right now. I've seen lots of comments from you.
Oh yeah, no, he was going off the other night about that. I was laughing.
You, Boonda. You're a supporter of your, but I mean, don't throw shade at the dude for doing something else just besides YouTube to support his family. No. Okay. The whole stream last time was the attempt to bring Andy over to your side. I don't know what that means. And I wasn't trying to convince him to be with me. I wasn't trying to get him on that stream. I was criticizing him. I hadn't actually talked about him for like 2-3 weeks, I think. But I honestly didn't pre-watch the video, which I don't. Most of my reactions, I don't pre-watch the video. And I was like, oh, here he goes talking about John Campy and now Grace. And I like Grace. I've been on streams before defending Grace. Matt knows that. He kind of makes fun of me too. Tell him, Matt.
If there is a white knight for Grace Randolph, it is Mad Max the Mandalorian.
And you say that
he will polish that armor and he will ride that pearly white steed into battle to defend Milady. Imagine him wearing a trilby and just tipping it ever so gently to the side. And that is Max when you bring up Grace Randolph.
All right.
Well, now he has competition with Film Gob now because I guess
here's Pert Mind. Hey, Pert Mind. I think I heard from Trinity that you're really into anime. We should talk sometime if you want. No pressure. To keep it 100, you all don't watch Jody's channel, so why does your opinion matter? And I love this question. Sounds a lot like grown men walking around with their feelings hurt. Why do people comment on Batwoman? Why do people comment on Brie Larson? I actually care about the fandom and influencers.
In our defense, we literally watched the channel.
Yeah.
In the video.
Well,
I've watched Jody, so that's not.
Here's my point of view. Trending videos. Why do so many reactions? The trending thing is the anti-SJW and hating everything right now in the movie talk and video game and entertainment space right now.
Oh, look at the
now I might fail. My point of view is that you got to push back and do something different to get that trending against all this commentary. And once that becomes popular, this stuff will sort of dissipate. That's my feelings. So what do you do when you ignore hate? It grows, and then more trending stuff. So it's not easy to push back. Just ask Matt. Ask Enosh. We get we get probably unsubs all the time when we say something about the popular kids on the YouTube block. All the time. It's not an easy thing
just
to
stupid
do.
stuff that we say on our own we get unsubbed. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it's not like
No,
you know,
the easy thing to do is go with the flow and make the same goddamn videos, and I'm sick of it.
right?
If it floods the YouTube search, that's part of the way that you make so much money is you ride the algorithm with the others doing the exact same videos. So I will always comment on. Oh, Andy's still here. They missed my first message. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not commenting on him because he's not here. If you, I don't want to. I
Wait,
do say
hold
my-
on. Boonda thinks I'm 46. Ouch. I'm nowhere near 46. But that's just
Okay,
the thing.
yeah. Listen, Andy. I will comment on anything that covers that's in the fandom, and I think they could say the same thing about John Campy and you. I mean, you are relevant. You're not as big as you used to be. I actually hope you do get there, Andy.
Well, what's funny, Max, is that he's here.
No.
He's here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they're living.
No,
they're living. But if he didn't
to-
care, which
no,
he
to
keeps
be-
claiming he doesn't care, then he wouldn't be here
no,
to
to be
defend
fair-
his honor.
No, don't do that, Matt. Because to be fair, I said he could say his criticisms in the chat. He doesn't have to come on.
I'm just saying. He's sitting there saying, like, let's be realistic, though. Let's be realistic. All right. Like,
I will send him the link. I don't want to
people-
do this. I'll be honest. I don't want to do that
We can
again
do-
tonight, Andy. I don't. Matt we were going to, this is what we were going to talk
I don't even know what we're going to talk about tonight.
No,
I literally just like put my kids to bed.
This is what I was going to talk about tonight.
Oh, right. What's her, the Batwoman?
She
thing.
is stunning. Wow. I
Um,
mean, we shouldn't just comment only on her looks, but that's all I know about her.
I don't
so
know.
far.
I haven't seen her in anything.
And I
acting-wise,
am going to
so.
go back and watch Batwoman season 1. I'm really anticipating how they introduce her character, and she's not exactly.
Here's a good point, and this is relevant. So just what you just said there, Max, like you looked at her and you said she's stunning, right?
Yeah.
If you said literally the things that Jody said in that video that we reviewed
Okay. Yes. I
about
would be
Grace
canceled.
Randolph, about the stuff that you wanted to do to her, about what her attributes were, about how she got the role in the first place, the only reason she got the role, and all the the angle at which whatever you would be criticized sorely.
This is a fair question, Ashley. When has Jody talked about any of you by name and stream? He doesn't have to. He throws his commentary out there publicly. Anyone could criticize it.
I've been talked about before.
What's that?
I've been talked about before.
Oh yeah, I think we got another.
And he can.
Listen. There's a lot of streams I've been on that say F Matt.
Yeah, no. There's like I said, I am a love me or hate
I'm doing
me
a whole
kind of
video
guy.
on it later.
I'm a love me or hate me kind of guy. It's all good. But I'll tell you the one thing you'll get with me.
Good night, Andy. Everyone say good night. He's being as far as much heat as I threw at him. He is being very fair to be in the chat, and the worst that came of it is an F jar.
Andy, we're not mad at you, man.
No, I
We're
think
not
we
mad
can.
at you, bro.
Hey, buddy.
I
Like,
love you, Matt.
seriously,
I love you,
nobody's
Matt,
want-
but that's not the.
Nobody's wanting. I can tell you. I mean, this guy underneath me might, but
Oh, set this straight.
but I'm just saying. I'm just
I'll
saying.
come on
Like,
your show.
I
or if you
told
want
you.
me
I
on,
told
yeah.
you the other night. I like Andy Signor when he does
Okay.
good content. I like his second channel. I like these videos that he's doing.
right.
I want to say positive things about that because I like the way that he's like doing these things where he introduces his kids to movies and stuff. I like these things where he's doing these cancel. I don't know if you've seen the cancel Die Hard, the cancel Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I laughed at that. I thought it was funny. And so I just want to say that, like, it's not that I hate Andy Signor. I don't hate Jody. I don't hate anybody. I just think that when we all sit around yelling and screaming, and I can say this because I can stand behind what I did the other night, even in this stream, that when we all walk around screaming at each other, calling each other a cult, saying that we're all, I don't care what they're doing. When you start doing all that, it takes away from what we're saying we're all here to do, that we're all nerds. We're here to talk about these nerd things. I want to watch Andy Signor talk about movies and nerddom and all those fun things. I want to watch Jody as a DC fan because he's a fellow DC fan. You know how hard that is to find sometimes? Look, I want Jody to do that. But see, here's the thing. And I've got a guy who comes into my chat rooms and people are always telling me, man, you need to ban this guy, Enosh. You need to get rid of him. He's just toxic and stuff like that. And I keep going the distance with this guy and trying to keep this guy around because I value his opinion. Now, he has a similar opinion as to Jody as to like what he wants to see out of the DC, continuity, right? Going forward in movies.
All
but
right.
like I keep trying
Thanks,
to say,
Ashley.
we're getting it all.
Yeah.
We can get it all. We can all have what we love. So I don't hate on Jody for liking what he likes. It's fine. What I don't like is when he has literally said, this is pre-Snyder Cult, F anybody who likes what Snyder has done. If you are with Snyder, I mean, how many times have you used that video, Max? Where he literally says, if you are with what Snyder's doing and the version of that stuff, and I'm sorry, but I am fully behind it because I love it. And that's what's actually been in comics for the last 30 years. That is the Superman that you see in Zack Snyder's movies is the Superman who's been there since 1986 when John Byrne took over and revamped the character. Yes, I'm going to say I like that, but don't make videos saying F me. Just because I like something, you're going to get a rile out of me. And I have a YouTube channel, so I'm going to come out and I'm going to say, look, that is toxic. That is a wrong way to deal with stuff. I don't make videos just saying, well, Jody likes Christopher Reeve's Superman more than anything else. So F Jody. Like F anybody who likes the 1950s version of Superman. You don't see me making videos like that. And so I am going to comment about something that I feel is unfair and is just the wrong way of dealing with stuff.
I think they would do the same if they were on opposing side of the argument. Yeah,
I do too.
Everyone give props to Ashley. She really represented her family, and I think she might head out. She thinks we're not making much headway. I really wanted to just address. I am going to comment on your questions or, hey, if you don't want to be on the show, if you think I've done wrong, send me a question or comment. I will address it. Any criticisms I value, and everyone knows here they could criticize the hell out of me. All right. Okay, let me see. I think that's about it. Let me check this one. Joss, Mike, I'm new to your videos. Is this channel mostly about pop culture drama? The videos I've seen have been very heated so far. Not in a friendly way, though. Just curious. I treat people like people. I go after everyone. No one's safe. Pop culture and critics. I think that's my angle. I could be wrong. I might fail. I could be wrong. I'll admit that. But I wanted to do something different. Oh, thanks, Trinity. Thank you. You want to know the real story? I was going with the flow a little bit. I didn't like what was going on. I stopped making videos because I couldn't even stomach talking about Kathy Kennedy and Ryan Johnson anymore. And then 2 family members went on hospice. And I'm like, if I come back, I'm just going to do it like I want my channel eventually be right away and criticize everyone. But yeah, he calls me Jeremy, Trinity. He says, I want to be like Jeremy. Yeah, that was funny. Trinity's funny. He goes hot too. He kind of scares me a little bit. Yeah. Trailer Park Live Friday nights, I believe. He's another one that's not afraid to speak his mind. I don't know. Should we talk about some other stuff? Move on. I think we're done with talking about that.
Something positive.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
I think it's a little late to do the reaction though, because that'll make it go on for 2 hours.
All right, so let's just do some movie topics and then say what you're working on. Because honestly, again, I had other stuff prepared. I had this. I'll have to move this to another stream this week. I worked really hard on that thumbnail. That was really hard. She looks great in the suit. She might not wear that suit. They said she's not exactly Batwoman, but we'll talk about that in another video. All right, so Charlize Theron. I have a news story about that from JoeBlow.com, and I'm going to bring that up now. I still have not seen Atomic Blonde.
Neither have I.
I was gonna. Oh, and I love Charlize Theron. I love her in Mad Max Fury Road. She was the best part of it, besides the action. I much better than Tom Hardy, I believe. And I was going to get the Steelbook And I was like, I'll wait till it goes on sale. And it was really cheap, and then it sold out. I have to track one down. They're hard to get now of that movie. I don't want to have to buy. I hate buying just regular Blu-rays. I like to get the steelbook, so I might have to pay a little bit. But she is a strong female actress. You believe it when she throws those punches. And here's the comment. Charlize Theron was one super versatile actress, and I'm really digging her current action star renaissance. Yeah, she's on Netflix right now. I didn't watch The Old Guard yet. I don't. Anyone in the chat watch The Old Guard yet? I've heard good things.
Sir Nerd-a-Lot was talking about it earlier.
Okay, from Mad Max Fury Road to the Fast and Furious franchise, I could give or take the Fast and Furious, like if she's in that. This woman kicks
She was only
ass.
in one of them though.
She's going to be in number 9.
Okay.
Oh,
If you followed the Fast and Furious like lineage or like how they do things, the bad guys generally show up again and they become the good guys.
Yeah.
Because there's someone like seriously,
It's all about family.
It's all about family. Like, but no, really, go and look at it. Like, The Rock was the bad guy in the first movie, or in number 5, ended up joining the team. Vince, who was one of the not bad guys, but one of the jerks in the first movie, kind of betrayed Dom. Ended up being again good guy in the 5th movie. Kind of come back around. The Shaw from number 6, Shaw in number 7, both in number 8. Hobbs and Shaw the movie. I'm a big Fast and Furious fan. I'm a huge Fast and Furious fan. So I know.
I haven't watched the recent ones. That's
Isn't,
what I
Oh, dude, they're great. They're so good.
isn't John Cena gonna be in the 9th one?
Yes, he plays his brother.
The Rock.
I don't know.
Think you'll see him.
27.
I don't even know. Like, I was like, John Cena's Dominic Toretto's brother, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, I'm there for it. Like, I'm there for it, but still, what the hell?
I'm just not a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise because one, I'm not a big fan of what's his name,
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. I can't watch Vin Diesel. I have a hard time with that, and I'll be honest with you. So also, I like The Rock in certain things when I feel that The Rock, meets the criteria for it. But like, I don't like The Rock in everything either. So I'm excited for him in Black Adam, and I think that he's done a good job, and I think he's actually a fit for these films. But just in general, like you put Vin Diesel and The Rock in a movie, and then you're going to put John Cena in it. I haven't seen anything really so far that like just made me super excited about John Cena in a movie. Although I will say he was good in what was that Amy Schumer movie?
Trainwreck.
Yeah. I actually enjoyed that movie. I know some people don't like her, but I actually enjoyed that movie because I love Bill Hader. And he was funny. He had a bit part, and it was fine.
Jordan, add Mad Max Movies 1. Follow me on Twitter. And we could have you on the show. You're a Geeks and Gamers supporter. Like I said, if you have criticized me, Second Street says we're all good in his book. Okay. I'll go back and watch that video, Trinity. No, I'm just kidding. We need to hook up again, Trinity, for sure. I'll be on, if you want me on Trailer Park Live or something, we'll make it happen. Or if you want to come here or talk, if you say, that's the other thing. Some people don't like me commenting on other commentators and stuff in the space, and I'm not going to stop. But if you say I don't want to engage in that type of content, I will abide by that on your show. Or if you only want to cover the movie topics. Here's Ray Hand Akbar Max. Just ignore Jody and Andy. No, I'm not. I'll guarantee you I'm not. I do give people, and this is my whole. Here's the thing. I'll remove this. My whole thing is I also, besides coming back to YouTube after a long break and restarting my channel, the other thing the other thing is constant frustration is when you get home after a hard day's work, everything's been covered. And how do you have fresh? So I'm like,
exactly.
And it's safer to react to YouTubers than movie trailers. So it's like, what's something interesting I could do? And I like the collab. I like to talk to as many people, but I'll be honest, I have lots more conversations based on my reaction videos, which with people I'll probably ever actually get to collab with.
There's nothing wrong with that, Max.
No.
Max, you do a great job. I think the thing is people need to understand.
I think I'm fair.
There is literally a corner for every type of YouTube video and content,
So that's
around.
my
Everybody's got
angle.
their niche.
That's my angle, and I knew it was going to piss people off. I knew my angle was going to piss people off.
Yeah.
But oh well.
I mean, I don't really do those type of reactions on my channel because I mean, take it from me, I don't like to get involved in that kind of drama myself, so I like to keep it off my channel. And when I talk
which is
about
fair.
drama
It's
stuff,
here.
I usually do it on
That's what we come here for.
Thanks,
come here for.
everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I address some
back
stuff on my show, but only when I feel it's pertinent to
Yeah.
something directly related to me.
Oh,
Otherwise, I don't care.
Matt has sometimes told me to cool it too, just so you guys know.
Yeah,
It's like, all right, come on, Max.
yeah, I've told him to cool it down. Like, I think criticism is fine. I don't have an issue with criticism, even against me. I don't have an issue with criticism, but and the way I view it is like fair criticism, and a lot of times when you look at, let's say, like, are there overzealous people in the Snyder Cut fandom?
Okay.
Oh yeah, 100%. Even hardcore DCEU YouTubers will will kind of watch what they say about Snyder Cut fans because they'll be like, I don't want to get canceled again.
Preston doesn't like Fast and Furious, Matt. Talking about Atomic.
That's fine. Everyone can have the wrong opinion.
The wrong
opinion.
I don't like souped up rice burners. I don't like the Fast and Furious movies based on principle.
Sir.
Only
like
the
the,
first. Only like
the earlier Fast and Furious movies. I mean,
only the first three dealt with that.
Sir Nerdon says the old guard is
I
super
wouldn't have
fun.
gotten involved in the story in the first place at that point.
Well, the story. I mean, the first one is basically Point Break. It's a Point Break. If you think about it, it's really Point Break.
Ooh, Sir Nerdlot's throwing heat at you, Matt.
What's he? I don't know. I'm reading.
After
I'm reading.
Pitch Black. You can't think of anything good Vin Diesel's done.
There's Chronicles of Riddick was good. Pitch Black was probably his best work. If you're looking for something
Disney's
that's great, that's great that Vin Diesel has done, that you want to see, I would say check out Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay, the video game.
Oh
that came out in I think in 04 or 05. That game is amazing. Like, he's awesome in it, and it's just such a good story. So that's something fans have really wanted them to make into a movie for a long time. Unfortunately, we got 2013's Riddick, which was not as good as it could have been, in my opinion. But hey, Riddick 4 is apparently already written, and they're getting ready to make it.
Make it a TV series.
I'd be okay with that.
The first Triple X, I like the tone of the first Triple X. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but I was like, you could build off this, and then they went too cheesy. It just was different tones for the sequels.
But Bloodshot was right.
Saving Part. I don't get this.
Oh yeah, he was good. Yeah, he was good in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, I don't remember him being in it.
He was the guy who got shot trying to help the little girl. Was like, she reminds me of my niece. That guy, remember. And he got it was towards it was.
I have a bad memory too. After
it was in after the first city battle that they were in.
Bloodshot. I definitely recommend. I own that on digital because I was part of a watch party.
Yeah,
Bloodshot was like old school 80s 90s action film, but with good CG, mostly good CG. I enjoyed that. So.
Yeah, I thought Vin Diesel fit the role because that character was meant to be more stoic and not as more quiet. He didn't really have that much dialogue in the movie when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm. If you need something to watch, I keep recommending Warrior Nun.
Oh, is it good?
People are gonna hate me for I enjoyed it. Me and my wife watched it all the way through. We binged it this last weekend.
How many episodes is it?
It's like 14.
Oh, geez.
They're 12, 14. There's some cheesy moments where she does inner dialogue. You hear her own thoughts, and she's like, "Ooh, this boy's looking at me" or something. But there's very little bit. And it's mostly towards the beginning of the series. There's some kick-ass action in there too.
I've been over that bridge on Triple X a million times.
I would really recommend Warrior Nun. We also started watching one tonight. I don't know if it's going to be good or not with who's that girl that played in Battlestar Galactica, Starbuck?
Oh, Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, there's a sci-fi series, and I think it said, there's a new series coming, the second season. So we started watching the sci-fi where something appears on Earth and she's in space. It looks like it could be interesting. there are some woke characters, and I think that's why I remember people saying, "Oh, whoa." I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm rooting for. I'm like, I don't care anymore. It's like, yeah, I kind of it annoyed me at first, and now it's like the pushback. Is this all you're going to talk about? Like, for example, she deserves her shot, and listen. You're going to be hard pressed. I don't like to comment on people's politics, but you're going to be hard pressed to find a lot of maybe you think that they're being excluded on purpose, but right-wing actresses in Hollywood, there are some, I'm sure, but I mean, like most of the people cast are going to be left-leaning and have their politics. You're not going to be able to watch anything in the future, honestly, unless there's like a sudden surge of right-wingers actresses, which I
like
no shame on people that are Republicans. I just don't see happening. So you're not gonna have anything left to watch because it's gonna be happening every show. Let me see.
It's like it's a slide down a hill, I guess.
Oh, Sir Nerdalot says yes, Another Life. It's awesome. Okay, cool. We just started it. We're going back and trying to find stuff we haven't watched before. I thought I finished The Wrong Missy with David Spade. It was kind of dumb fun. It's like an old school Happy Madison production. Not his best work, but I'm glad there's a place for it. Has awesome. Phobic says if you notice CGI effect, then it's bad effect. I don't know. I notice all CGI really.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
I could really tell
everything CGI, so it's kind of hard. If you can guess what's real now, that's more of a challenge.
Josh Mike says I recommend Netflix Kingdom, South Korean zombie series. I think I started to watch that and I was like freaked out. Which is a good series.
To be fair to Phobic Xeno's comment there, I have seen some movies where like the CGI is so good where you can't even tell that it's actually CGI. But like usually for those type of movies, it's when they try to like make it hide the effects more, when they like try to make it look more realistic.
Oh yeah, I agree. Sci-fi and Johnny Sacco, Stargirl. Yes, I've really been enjoying Stargirl. Have you been covering Stargirl, girl?
Yeah, we've been we do live watch parties of it, and then afterwards we dissect it. So we watch it with everyone.
What day do you do that?
We do it on Tuesday nights, live.
What time is it?
It's 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
So,
maybe I'll do. I'll try if I can have the time. I'll do like a stream at 7, and we'll jump over to your channel.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah, and then afterwards, like once the show's off, we pull the camera closer and we have like a on the couch discussion about what the episode was, about what we liked and stuff, and everybody in the chat room and stuff has their opinions, and it's a good time.
Yeah, sure. Check that out. Watch parties. I like it for shows instead of, movies too, but shows are like bite sized. It's easier.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're not invested.
Yeah. Oh, I have been something good. I have been finally playing my Evercade.
How that was working out for you.
Definitely I haven't tried attaching to the TV, but it does not feel cheap. Like in like the width of it feels just right. Nice. It has the buttons like an Xbox controller. Like they're like I prefer PlayStation buttons, like they're more rubbery. But they look like a candy coated shell or something. It still feel, but the D-pad's really comfortable. I do have to do the firmware update because the button mapping on some of the old games is off. But man, that is a great thing. Enosh, it's a handheld system that has cartridges and are $20 if you want to get one for your kids. It's 20.
What's it called?
Evercade.
Evercade.
It has like Namco collection.
Oh, nice.
It has it has rare games too. They're publishing all the time where they also have like companies that have made fan made games that still release stuff on the Genesis. They're going to have a version on this. It's only $20. If you buy the Genesis version, it's like $60.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. And then they're going to eventually do a console version where all the cartridges from the handheld work on the TV. But like $20, I got to do a review on it, even though way.
Yeah.
It's super cool. The screen's great. I'm really having a lot of fun with it. I instantly fell in love with the weight of it and how it feels in your hand. It's like one of the best because like the Switch. I love the Switch, but it feels so awkward. With the Joy-Cons are so small, the buttons are so small.
Yeah.
I hate for grown-ups. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
The Outsiders. Hold on, Sir Nerlot has another recommendation. Just started watching The Outsiders on HBO Max. It pulled me in pretty fast. Bateman is a pretty good director. I didn't check that out. I have HBO Max. I checked out that new comedy on there. It seemed like okay, but there's like so many comedy, like cartoon comedies that are similar. I was just like, there's nothing very unique grabbing me yet. You know what I'm talking about, Matt? The new animated.
Yeah. I forget what it's called. But like one of the my mods in my Discord watched it like in the first night, and said it's from the guy who made Regular Show. And
you guys are talking about Close Enough. I watched the first episode of that. I didn't like it that much personally. I thought it was like kind of all over the place and like the plot
it
wasn't
was
that
sort
interesting.
of funny, but I was like, nothing grabbed me like this is real interesting yet.
Yeah. There's a lot of that stuff though that's not really like I don't know. I'm actually in the process of debating if I want to cancel HBO Max or not.
Oh,
so
I'm waiting till the Snyder Cut comes out.
No, but that's the thing. Do I want to
till-
spend $100 now, or do I want to then come back in a year and then spend the money to see it? Like I like the service.
Have a back catalog.
Yeah, I mean like
lots of. I thought about that.
See, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting until probably the Snyder Cut because all the movies I already own. And that's why I look at it too, is like by the time the Snyder Cut comes out, I'll be able to go back and watch anything else that I've wanted to see, you know, because I don't have HBO. So it's like I want to watch Watchmen and stuff like that, but I'm waiting.
The best hands-down streaming experience for me still is Netflix. They're still releasing new stuff, even during this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing with Zac Efron show that just popped up, I started watching where he goes to different parts of the world, and it's cool. But I don't know if he's going to do season 2 now. But
well, my big complaint with HBO Max is the fact that it's still not available on Roku.
Yeah, well, I play it on my Xbox.
Yeah, well, I could watch it on my PS4 in my room, but I don't want to have to keep moving my PS4 out to the living room where I have to deal with like 2 kids.
Oh, okay.
You know, I have to. So it's like I'm paying for this service. DC Universe was available on Roku day one.
Have the PS4 in your living room and get a PS TV for your bedroom.
Well, I actually have a PS TV.
Yeah.
But at this point, I don't even know. I think I found it the other day, but I don't know where anything is for it. It's such a wasted potential, and don't even get me started on the PS TV. It's such potential. But
it has that potential. You just have to mod it.
No, it's for the Vita. Okay, like you want the Vita games on your TV. All right, like I want to play Zipper Interactive's Unit 13 on a PlayStation controller on my TV.
I have my PS TV. I got to figure out. There's lots of YouTube videos on how to mod it, where you can play any PS game on your Vita game on your TV to unlock that.
I mean, some of them though, because they use like the touchscreen stuff, like. It becomes difficult, but like you get games like Killzone Mercenary that was actually like really good for the Vita.
Yeah. I have my Evercade upstairs. I didn't bring it down because I was debating whether to do a review or not. Few and far between for me on Netflix. Shifty get. It's far better than the other streaming services. I have to say though, if you look at other there's very few new things.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they were planning originally for that Hamilton release. There's just like
no, that was supposed to be fall of next year.
Yeah,
they had paid I think $70 million for the theatrical rights to it, and it wasn't going to be available. I think until like October 2021 was when they were saying it was going to come out or something. Maybe October 2020, but I'm pretty sure October 2021. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, no, we're dropping it on Disney Plus," and it's like it's the end of the quarter.
Okay,
so
I see.
This is what I'm looking forward to.
Oh, Enosh, you said you're going to be doing your own stream?
Yeah, I got to get going, but Shifty gives my I do really like Umbrella Academy, and I am looking forward to Umbrella Academy dropping.
What I like to do, Enosh, is I like to do a handoff. So why don't you get your stream going and then pop in the chat, say we're ready, so we just get everyone jumped over.
What stream are you doing?
I'm doing just a talk, talk.
Yeah, so
stream
get
tonight.
your. Is that cool? You have enough time to get it up and running, and
Yeah.
pop in the chat.
Yeah.
You know, say, and then
Give me
I'll
a few
end
minutes,
mine. Yeah. Okay. So head out,
Cool bean.
pop in the
Love you
chat
guys.
when you're ready, and then we'll end it. Okay.
Always fun. Thank you
Yeah.
guys. See you soon.
So that's what I like to do. Oh, while Enosh is leaving, I'll let you know about some other plans if you are one of the panelists on this show. I figured out, like before we were discussing of other ways to get content for your channels, and my pal Sci-Fi Dragon again had the great comment: if it's on your channel, who wants to watch it again on ours? So I do know a way to end the stream on YouTube and continue on Twitch. So what I would like for you guys to do is, if you want content for your channel, send me your logo on Twitter, like Sci-Fi has, Goldman has, and then I'll end the stream on YouTube. We'll do your topic on Twitch, and that way you could download. You can like say, I'll have you introduce you to the topic. You have a few panelists for your show, and you have like a 5-10 minute video on a topic if you want. That way you get something else out of Movie Madness. And then we're already here. Like, we don't have to work on, oh, when are you free for this little collab? We'll like just end it here. We're all in the same room. And like, I presented a topic, and then I will give you a template, like I have here, where it covers the full screen. So you'll have your logo up in the right. We'll have a topic. I'll start the topic here. And then you get some, I mean, if you like, that's something I'm willing to.
That's cool.
That's why I pay for that way you don't have to necessarily pay for StreamYard, and you get some content out of it. And then here's your logo. That's what I'm willing to do for my friends. Even you, Matt, I don't know if you want to do that too, because you're a busy guy, but
probably not. It's not that. It's
well,
I pay for StreamYard, so
yeah.
Like, I have, and I'm too freaking busy, man.
Right. But for some of these smaller channels, no offense if you have a smaller channel, but it helps if you have a bunch of and people are leaving. It helps if you have a bunch of panelists there. All right, so let me get to the chat here. Shifty Gasm says The Last Dance on Umbrella Academy dropping. I didn't know Umbrella Academy season 2 was dropping this month. I really liked the first season. I'm really excited for that. I don't know about The Last Dance. Is that like that dancing movie before? I don't know what that is. Or is it a reality? I have no idea what Last Dance is.
I think that's what he was talking about, the 80s movie, I guess.
Okay. Sir Nerd a lot says a lot of movies he missed. And check out for Enosh when he says he's in here. A lot of movies he missed on HBO Max. Just watch Dr. Sleep. I liked Dr. Sleep. It exceeded his expectations by a mile. I think it got a lot of hate, but it was better than I was expecting as well. If you haven't checked that out, I missed Black Klansman. I was gonna watch it before I left HBO, and I forgot. I really wanted to see that. Spike Lee doesn't he have a movie on Netflix now?
Yeah, it's The Five Bloods, I think is what it is. Which I've heard like really good things about.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like I want to watch more stuff, but it's been so difficult to find the time to watch anything, and not be just exhausted when I sit down to actually watch it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I've just been going all over trying to find things. I've actually been using since there's not as much new content, I've been going to each streaming service and putting it on my wish list or watch list, and I've been having success so far. The Michael Jordan documentary. Where's that at?
I don't know.
Does anyone know?
More or less, it's like just add kids on top of that, and it makes it very difficult to like. Oh, I really want to watch this. The Old Guard. Oh, it's rated R.
Oh,
shit.
Yeah. If you have kids, you gotta always think about that.
Well, I watched the Ubisoft Forward stream today that they had talking about like what's coming like this fall and everything, and I was watching it and it got a little bit violent, and I forgot like my 2-year-old was in the room, and at one point I looked down, she wasn't even paying attention, thankfully, and then I look over and then she passed out. I was like, okay, cool.
Shoot, I dropped my pop. I'm bringing up Poindexter Lounge channel, so we'll be ready to go. I hope he's going ready. Have you watched Batwoman? Anybody?
I saw the first episode
Not
a
impressed?
year ago.
Not impressed? Do you see why I got all the hate or what? You did that from the first episode, Matt?
I mean, it wasn't terrible. Like
Right.
it had like potential in my opinion. It's just again like it's just trying to, get into watching it. And then I'll tell you this, man. So many people hate it like in this section of YouTube that it just becomes this why
They don't
deal.
care at all.
No, they don't care. Like they watch it, the crap on it. They go, "Oh, the ratings are terrible." They read one head. They said this about Watchmen too, and like Watchmen was really good.
Oh, I have to finish that one. That's when I have to go back. My
like
wife
Watchmen's
didn't
really
like
good.
it. My wife didn't like it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not for everybody, I would say, but like I just really enjoyed what Lindelof did with it.
Yeah.
But it's like they're out there all the time, like, oh, it's terrible. It's no one's watching it. And then like you look at the headlines and you're going like, no one is saying that. Like all the headlines are the show is doing really, really, really well in VODs and streaming. So like, what are you talking about? It's just they run on one headline.
Oh, The Last Dance is the Michael Jordan doc, and it's coming out on Netflix on the 20th. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
So I could watch it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take off because I gotta get something to eat real quick. So
all right, Matt. Thanks.
I was
yeah, I'll see you guys later.
I was gonna say that for whatever criticisms we have of HBO Max, at least it's better than Apple TV, because I mean Apple TV is like a streaming service that nobody's talking about and really watching, because I mean who's even watching that Tom Hanks movie Greyhound? I mean, I don't know.
No, I had Apple TV for a short period of time, and it was just to support my man Jason Momoa for that C TV series, and I never finished it. It was had a good start. It's like a post-apocalyptic show where everyone's blind.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for it.
And then there's two people that are two kids that are born that can finally see, and they're like the chosen one and stuff. And the action sequences were kind of cool at some points and kind of silly at others. And I just lost interest, and that's hard for me to do because I support Jason Momoa.
Well, I mean, they can't all be winners.
The Jaws documentary, I got to watch that. I got to watch that first because I bought the Jaws Steelbook and I didn't watch it again yet.
Speaking of Jaws, I still need to rewatch Top Gun. Because the Blu-ray has some pretty good special features, like they have a new documentary about a retrospective on the movie.
Oh, that sounds cool.
I could review that with you. I could rewatch it. I have that on digital and Steelbook.
They just dropped the trailer for that Star Trek Lower Decks cartoon.
Oh, where's that? Is that going to be on the Peacock or CBS or
CBS
what is
All Access, I believe.
Oh man. I don't want to pay for. I paid for too many streaming services. I don't want to pay for another one.
I have that.
Yeah.
Service. I think we could figure a way out to watch it.
Okay, cool. Inhuman Quake. I like Batwoman. Yeah, I want to rewatch, especially now with the new actress. I want to see how I want to see if they successfully ease this new actress in. And again, she is not playing the same character. She's playing a new character.
Well, I mean, so it's not like a race bending type of thing where they just change the race and not explain it or whatever.
She's a different name. Yeah, it's not like I'm assuming she'll take over the mantle. And I did a really good job with creating this image because this did not exist. So I'm interested to see how that will be for sure. Let me see. Where is Enosh?
There it is.
What?
I'll put the link in the chat.
Oh, okay. He just popped up.
I uploaded a video clip to Twitter if you want to react to it, Max. I think you would like it.
Okay. Oh, me.
Yeah, of the your intro played at two times speed or 2% speed or whatever.
That was
right.
pretty good.
Okay, so thank you, Enosh. You came just in time because I was about to end it anyway. To be honest with you, I'm like running out of stuff to talk about. So I'll be in the chat for a little bit. Maybe I'll pop on for a few seconds if you want, Enosh, just to like say something. I don't know. You run the show and that, I could pop on for a few times. Thank you, Brian, master of the wrench.
That's right.
Yeah, you're right. You're taking care of friends. Let's all go and support Enosh who's a great guy, and he is part of the family now. Whatever family this is, it's a weird family. I'll tell you that.
But we
It's
have
got-
fun at the barbecues. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's all go support Enosh. And
We're all becoming like
I'm-
Dominic Toretto from Fast and Furious with family.
All right. Yeah. Oh, and Human Quake's gonna do a video. Thanks, Inhuman Quake. Let me know. Yeah. Let's all go.
And speaking of videos, I did upload my Godzilla video a few days ago. So if you guys want
I have
that
to
out,
check it out. I have to check it out. All right, so let's go support Enosh right now. Bye, everybody.